Yeah. We live, man. You know what I'm saying? This is Rude of Speech. And I ain't starting. I'm just about to just give everybody a quick, you know what I'm saying, intro or whatever, just to let everybody know that we in the building. And look, check this out, man. Make sure y'all share this feed.
Make sure
come right back. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, man. And we're going to get it on like this, man. We're going to go ahead and at least get this song going and get some people more time to get in the room. And then we just going to take it from there, all right? Yeah. Here we go, man. House Shoes by Daniel Allah and Lock? All right, yeah. Lock.
Fast. Last night I cut the light off my room. Hit the switch, was in the bed.
Bro, top 3, then I'm top 2. I study game like scouts do. Throw me in this world like pops do. No, I'm growing hair like scouts do. We don't care if you leave, you can bounce, nigga. We can do this shit without you. I'm ahead of the game with about you. I don't care for the fame or the clout too.
Make one wrong move, we are out you. This my crib, wear my house shoes. Right at your chest with my hands around your throat. Leave him 6 feet like we're stunting his crew. Come butter to sleep, that's a karma with toast. Thinking he kiss, I turn him to ghost. Stand in my stance, never leaving my post. Do this for them because my life is old.
Can't ride this wave, it's rocking the boat. Surrounded by bars, it's locking the goat.
Locking the scope, my back against the rope. These sticks is fire, you niggas want smoke?
You at the top cause you float, face down. We at the top cause we solid and stay down.
Niggas think they bowed it, tell them plead the case now. Yeah, it's a pace, who lead in the race now?
Breaking the way, we making our own way now. Been killing it, they starting to decay now.
Paving the way, just look at what we laid down. Hard skull, get a headstone in the grave now.
Cloud in the clouds, we say now. Ain't no game in a double playground.
It's our turn now, yeah, we can't wait round. We gonna let them hate, put a fork in whatever's at stake.
We seasoned, don't get sprinkled today. You sweet nigga, you the icing on cake.
Dive in the water so we use them as bait. My pen the only thing to sign your fate.
We top 3, you finished too late. That's clear enough, it's captured in 4K. Don't toy with us, some things you don't play with. We go up like angels on spaceships.
Ball shit, can you relate this? Take 5 like a break, you can take 6. Impact, hit hard, try to brace this. Make your truck compact like you change with.
I'm one West, nigga, I ain't trying to change shit.
Niggas running their mouth, but they don't say shit.
Yo, fuck what you think, man, niggas brainless.
My record like my pea shit, this shit stainless. Make one wrong move, we're out you. This my crib, where my house shoes.
This bro top 3, then I'm top 2. I study game like scouts do.
Make one wrong move, we're out you. This my crib, where my house shoes.
Yeah. What's going on? Let me share this feed real quick because it got to get out, man. We got to let this feed get out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, man. Go ahead and talk to him, Isaiah, man. What's been up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on out there in the hemisphere? That rhymes.
Yeah. Let me see where we at. Rude and Speech Vidcast.
Yeah. How was y'all week? We here, man. It's Friday. You got a job, but you ain't got shit to do.
What's that? It seems like it's somebody talking.
That's your phone.
That's me?
Yeah. Oh no, that's Captain Arya. Cat. It's John.
Well, it's on over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Rude and Speech Vidcast. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, y'all. I'm gonna just share this feed real quick to the people. Yeah. All right, boom. All right, so we live right now. Just want to let everybody know that you can like, subscribe. I just want everybody to like, subscribe, and share. And let's get it on, man. Let's do it like that. Let me see. I'm just sending it out to some people real quick before we get started. All right. Boom, 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 bop, 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 bop. All right. Man, what the hell? Send it to Mom Dukes, man. She wanted to come. She wanted to see what was up with the show. Send it to Mom Dukes. All right. So let me see. 1 second. Send it to Mom Dukes. She should be up right now. All right. Let's see who we got in here. Hold on 1 second. Oh, let me see. Hold on. Let's see what I got in here. That's me. That's actually me. All right. So
he telling everybody how he sending everybody
everybody what?
Like I'm gonna send it to such and such.
Yeah,
make sure I send it to here.
Yeah, send it to Mom Dukes. What the hell?
You know what I mean?
We need everybody to share.
Yeah, man. Like and subscribe, the man.
Feed, you know what I'm saying? Share the feed.
Rude and Speech.
It'd be greatly appreciated. Damn, I almost sent it to Captain Ariel. All right.
Waste of review.
Yeah.
A wasted view.
Yeah. So
In my house
Get my
shoes.
John up.
Shout out to Desire One for mumbling the whole song.
The whole song. He's
Listening to-
house shoes.
House shoes.
About you.
We gonna out you.
yeah.
That's a comatose.
Coming with those.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's
So,
the one line he said? Like spaceships.
The angels, the spaceships.
We go up like angels on spaceships. Yeah. Yo, that shit dope though.
Like angels on spaceship. That's a high line of the song to me.
That shit dope. We go up like angels on spaceships. Oh shit. Yeah. Salaki.
So who that? Just you?
Yeah, that was me. Salaki.
Good night.
Oh, out you.
We out
Yeah,
there.
that actually that damn that damn what's the name, man? That shit is dope. That oh shit, damn.
House
I'm
shoes.
tripping. Oh, I gotta change
The whole house
was
shoes, John.
Yeah, I actually gotta go back.
Hey man, it was another wedding.
You talking about
I went to another wedding.
You went to a wedding.
again?
Went to another one.
You went. That's why your feet jacked up.
Oh, that damn dancing.
Yeah,
Nah.
that's why your feet
This
jacked up.
Nigga
one.
was doing a wobble till he couldn't wobble no more.
Yeah,
No, this one. My father-in-law got a rib now. You know what I'm saying?
Father-in-law.
Yeah.
Damn, oh, damn.
oh, you can stop the
You gonna
lights.
get married at 63?
Yeah, he up there, man. But he got him a nice young John.
You can stop the lights.
Huh?
The lights.
Oh, yeah,
they still.
come on.
I'm gonna go ahead and settle down.
He got himself nice jaw. So of course, somebody, the comic relief in this whole thing was he got some crazy siblings, and so it wasn't a wedding. It was more like a reception, like just a party.
So they didn't do the.
They didn't do all like the vow and all that type of stuff. It was just like, hey man, we've been married. We just, letting everybody know. You know what I'm saying?
Basically.
So
So they didn't have they didn't have the I'm about to say the runway. What's
Nah.
it called?
what's that?
The shit where they walk the aisle. They had all that.
Yeah, they ain't do
the priest and all
Yeah,
that.
they ain't do all that. This
So they just showed up and party. That's
yeah,
it?
just showed up and party.
Oh,
You know what I
that's
mean?
dope.
So I showed up to the joint. The funniest part about it, so because my rib, she does like the whole decoration. She does a lot of that type stuff. So that's the main reason why we was up in there, just to kind of set up and everything. And the DJ shows up. He thugged out, right? So he's like, "Oh, okay, it's a DJ up in the joint. What kind of music you playing? Gospel." I'm like, wait a minute, yo, why gospel music is like hip hop now, man?
You can tell the difference.
Some of them beats was hitting. You didn't even know what it was until somebody was like, "Hallelujah." Be like, wait a minute.
Fuck the devil. That's my ops. Fuck the devil.
Hallelujah.
That's my ops.
Right? And then
I pray to Jesus, but I don't fuck with them cops.
they had slow songs, man. They had like get it songs. I guess like they was dancing to this song and it was just like, that's my wife. I don't even know what the words was.
I hate gospel music.
But the beat was like you can get it into.
I absolutely hate gospel.
Is this what Christian music? Is Christians have sex too?
Gospel music is the bane of my existence.
It's freaking horrible, man.
Yeah,
it's the worst.
It like if I'm watching a movie and they start to break off into the gospel music singing, I just skip past.
That's like the Tyler
I just
Perry
cannot
race. You can't sit. There's no way you can sit through a Tyler Perry movie now.
Yeah,
man. You
I can't
forget
do
about
it.
it.
I just hate it.
Right?
With a passion.
He loves me. He loves me.
Yeah.
And he tells me to do it because he talked to me last night.
He talked to me last night.
He talked to me last night and he told me so.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and share this joint to the Beyond Submissive group because the sisters over there are beyond submissive.
Beyond submissive.
Somebody actually responded to something that we one of the shows that we did last week.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Send this joint to Cross the Line Radio. Send this joint to Artists in Delaware. Send this joint to, let me see.
Whatever happened to old boy? Wasn't one boy supposed to come through here? But he ran. He scared. Who's the pastor boy?
Nah, he actually I gotta get back with him or whatever. But
Yeah, that's him playing properly.
yeah, he wanted to he wanted to come through and get our our take on Kyrie Irving and stuff like that.
We did.
I talked to a
Quick
pastor
phone call.
today about that.
What you say?
It's just a quick phone call.
Yeah, but like, what do y'all think? Well, we think that he's right.
Right.
But is that going to make you change?
No.
Is that going to make you come into the truth and follow this truth?
Right.
A lot of people, they like to hear stuff, but they don't want to. It's not going to make them change.
But you know what's
they're like hearing, you the chosen people.
Right.
God love you. They're like, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Where the pork chop at?
Yeah.
Actually, them folks, because I was actually wondering what the pastor and them was saying, what they say about this whole thing. And then, you know what they say? He should have kept his mouth shut. He shouldn't be talking all that hatred.
Yeah.
That's what they say.
Because the church is stupid. And and you know what? The church, there are some church members that are in the church that are probably
church members, but not the pastor.
Right. The church members are probably sincere, that they want to serve God or whatever. And, so I would say that some of them probably are sincere about wanting to serve the Lord, but, but they listen to that stinking pastor and he's the one that's keeping, that's the stumbling block that's keeping them from getting the truth.
Right.
And he's and for that, shame on that pastor, man. Shame on you for holding up brothers, man, from obtaining the kingdom of heaven, because
you're gonna get yours.
Because you're stinking, cruddy behind want to, collect money and not tell them the truth. Right. And just give them a damn show for 2 hours instead of actually teaching them the truth.
You like to act like you so hardcore and you so for the people, but you're not willing to risk losing your what's the good word for your congregation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because once you start telling them that they got to keep the law, statutes, commandments, they're going to run like hell.
Yeah. And that's the kind of, okay. And if you are the pastor, that's like what you want.
Right.
Like you want, you want to try to run the people away to make sure that they're there really for the right reasons.
Yeah, man.
And that'll really tell you if you're really a pastor or not, is whether you can keep them there while telling them the truth.
Right. Because we know about you, Pastor. We know that you really using them funds to pay your bills. You're not caring about the building fund.
Yeah. You got to do something to the building, man.
Right. That's all that pastors, especially on a bigger scale, all they doing is just being good entertainers.
Right.
Being good the scriptures call them soothsayers. Just say things that make you feel good, make you feel nice.
Right.
But it's never going to make you actually change or bring any real change in your life. But it will make you give him money. It will make you support him and, follow him. It'll make him rich, but it won't do anything for you.
Nothing.
And that's really all pastors, especially like on that mainstream, like a bigger stage. A successful pastor, all a successful pastor is doing is just telling you what you want to hear, making you feel good about God being with you and you following God and you praising God and praising Jesus and giving you a good song and dance.
It's a show.
You give them. It's a show. You give them your tithes, your donations. You paying for the show.
Right.
And you go about your way. You can sit for the rest of the week until next Sunday.
You know how you know it's a show? Because everybody show up on Sunday for the big show. Right. But it's Tuesday night service. They be having Bible study classes. Don't nobody be there. It's very light. Sister Gertrude be there though. You know what I mean? She'll give her hour-long testimony about, her knee is now working and the Lord got into her knee and all that other type stuff. She'll give a long testimony and tell all her business. And I used to like going to the joint just for Sister Gertrude because she say some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? But on Sunday, that's the big show. Mm-hmm. You got the praise dancers, you got the youth choir, you got the praise team. Mm-hmm. It's just like 4 people singing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they the one who get the shouting up. You know what I mean? Then you got the one boy to come on, and he'll get the offering, the first offering, and then the first lady will come because you got the first lady. She'll come on. You know what I mean? And she'll talk about why you ain't giving like you're supposed to. You know what I mean? Then the husband will come on and he'll give a little spill for a little bit. It's just a show, man.
Yeah,
and then you do the same thing at night. You in church all day. It's like a running joke. Mm-hmm. It's a running joke. And it's church is all up in the hood, man.
Yeah, they're on every corner. Block. Every block that has drugs, they're there. But they can't seem to stop it.
They can't stop a damn thing. Because the pastor dealing.
Mm-hmm. But guess what I got, man? I got my Hebrews and Negroes book, man.
Shoot.
Goddamn.
We about to get canceled before you
start. My Hebrews and Negroes book.
They're taking this video down.
Yeah. I got my Hebrews and Negroes book, man. Shout out to Kyrie Irving, man.
Who's the nigga
what I'm saying?
Who wrote it?
This dude called Ronald Dalton Jr.
Ronald Dalton. I think they interviewed him today on
Clubhouse.
On Clubhouse. Kevin Nazar.
Yeah.
I turned your John down.
The 100
John still might
100 room. You talking to me?
Yeah, kind of kind. Yeah, I turned it down because it was.
What's down?
Yeah,
The mic on?
Your phone.
My phone.
Oh yeah,
we
your
was
phone.
able to hear.
Yeah, we was able to hear your phone.
Oh, you can hear
So,
my phone?
yeah. So I turned it down. They probably still on.
Hebrews and Negroes, man. You look, check it out. Yeah, goddamn it. Yeah. All right, what's your thoughts on the cat?
You're an anti-Semitic.
What's my thoughts on?
Oh, yeah. Let's keep going.
What's
Let's
my
keep
thoughts on the book?
Yeah.
I haven't read the book. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't read it. Probably never will. But from what I hear about the book, I guess the general idea in the book is correct as far as Black people in America descending from the Israelites. I definitely can agree with that. There's probably a lot more specific information that's talked about in the book that I would disagree with.
Right.
The book and the documentary, even some of the things that's pointed at so-called Jewish people, I probably would disagree with. If there's anything in there talking about,
Ethiopians
being Israelites, the Holocaust being a hoax, or certain things like that, I just don't believe. Right. I just don't agree with smaller specific things like that. But as far as the whole idea of the people that we call Negroes or Black Americans, African Americans, being the at least a part of the descendants of the Israelites we heard about in the Bible, I fully agree with that. Right. but of course, like anything you may read or anything that you may digest, any documentary you may watch, you typically don't agree with everything that's said. If it's somebody out there that's talking or that's an expert in a certain field, you might not agree with everything they say about it. Mm-hmm. But there is certain things that's undeniable, certain things that most people should be able to agree on within that source. And I would say what this brother doing with this book and this documentary, there's certain things that we should all be able to agree on. Mm-hmm. And that thing is that we are the Israelites.
But
if I could say one thing, as far as all the controversy over this book, Hebrews and Negroes, by what's his name again?
His name is Ronald Dalton.
By the brother Ronald Dalton. As far as all the controversy over this book, I would say that very few people, the people who claim to be upset about it, just like me, have not read the book, have not watched the documentary, haven't turned it on,
not at all,
haven't looked at it.
They just
they just heard that the book or they heard the documentary was anti-Semitic. They heard Kyrie posted it, and now they're upset. Nobody has read the book, watched the documentary, but we all have seen the title of the book, which is Hebrews and Negroes.
That's it.
That leads me to think that me claiming my identity in itself is hateful to you.
It is. Because
what else are you mad about when you didn't read the book?
You know what?
You didn't watch the documentary, so what else are you upset about? What else could be hateful other than simply saying the Hebrews are the Negroes?
Right.
What else is there if you didn't read the book?
Right.
I'm sure some shit in there that's wrong, but you don't know because you ain't read it.
Right.
You didn't watch the documentary.
Right.
So I would say that I feel like a lot of this is just a play to discredit and demean the people who believe these certain things to keep the lie going that Black people are just, Africans and Egyptians and all that bullshit instead of something more.
I have to totally agree. And I think it's the same thing, just like believing in Christianity. Right. People just take the words of somebody else on what it actually means. Right. Like people they'll sit there and say it's the white man's book. The origination of Jesus comes from Egypt, and he get that from Pharaoh and blah blah blah. But you never read the book.
The letter J didn't come till 1200.
You know what?
Never read. Oh, so like it, sir.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You never read the book. And because you never read the book, you can't understand certain intricacies to understand.
You don't understand the nuances.
You don't understand that we're not talking about no daggone immaculate conception. Right. You're not talking about, Adam and Eve was the first two people.
You don't understand when the scriptures say, slave. They say slaves obey your masters or servants obey your masters. You don't understand that that's not talking about
the white man.
That's not talking about the slavery. That's not talking about the certain type of servitude we had in the 1700s.
Right.
It's talking about serving as people who obeyed the Most High, serving one another, and how we should deal with one another.
Kind of kind.
Those little nuances you won't know if you don't read it.
Exactly. Exactly.
If you don't read it and you aren't taught about the scriptures, you won't know.
Right. And that's the same thing that's going on with the Hebrew. Exactly.
Same thing with the book. Same basic concept that if you just read it,
you'd be like, what they tripping for?
You would realize that maybe, and if you read it and if you listen, if you understood the concept of I read something, I may share this information, but I don't agree with all of it.
Right. And
it's that simple. But we live in a world where we live in a world now where they're trying to get a tighter and tighter stranglehold over your mind.
Right.
So anything in there that's against the status quo, you got to throw the whole thing away.
Right.
Even though the whole point of the book is as solid and correct.
Right.
I can't even take a couple of verses from it. I can't even take a couple excerpts, a little bit something from it. The whole book. Like we're saying, we don't even fully agree with the shit.
No, I might take that joint to work with me.
Well,
when you're done with that joint, I'm gonna hold that joint.
You know, it got a great title though.
Yeah, the title is straight to the point.
Great title, Hebrews to Negroes.
Yeah,
because that's actually what happened.
It got a ring to it. It's dope.
Exactly.
And it. Go ahead.
No. I heard about this book for years, but I never thought it was going to be this big of a deal.
It wasn't when it like.
I think in certain circles it was, but.
When I first heard about it a long time ago, long time ago, and we had a class, and we watched the whole documentary. Man, I tell you, I fell asleep on that joint.
Yeah, I heard the documentary. I saw the excerpt from that documentary.
Yeah,
and it was boring. It was a clip that should have been 30 seconds. Yeah. It was a clip I watched that should have been a minute to 30 seconds of some guy talking.
Right.
And it was like 5 minutes. It's like, God damn, nigga, get to the fucking point.
Get to the point.
Get to the point.
So much, and then
I talked to the rabbi.
Yeah.
And I said, how do you say the word that the Lord in English? He said, Yahuwah hoodoo. Then I talked to the imam. I said, how do y'all say the Most High? He said, Allah. I said, well, why you say it like this back then? It was like long as hell. Like, nigga, hurry up.
Especially when they start talking about what Africans and over there, that was the Israelites and all this other type stuff.
That's one of the things that we do not agree with.
We do not agree with. So
we cover the lost two tribes. Yeah, they were talking about stuff like we come from the lost four.
Yeah, but was some old crazy stuff.
But it gets the conversation going. I would say it gets the conversation going.
At least did that.
I'll give it that. It gets the kind of, being that it's in the media, it gets the conversation going.
Yeah, it gets the conversation going, and it kind of not pinpoints them to where they should be, which is right here.
Right.
But it just gets them in the realm of it gets them in the ballpark. What I would say.
Did y'all see the latest little Kyrie Irving joint when he was on live?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
You see,
I don't watch or read whole things apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
I watched it the first like minute or two of it.
Yeah, he was saying some stuff, and the one thing that he was kind of saying that we can see that he's saying is that, listen, man, like it's his generation, like this is the age of information.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is the opportunity for y'all to get the information and be able to give it to some of the elders. Because the elders ain't going to look for the information. You know what I'm saying? We the ones is going to look and search out for the information and provide that information to the elder. He said that the responsibility is on us. And he was like, but people don't understand this whole thing is me finding information.
That's what
you know what I mean? Because I got a cousin, man. This dude was going in, and he was like, yeah, he just need to just close his mouth and dribble, like basically just shut up and dribble. And I'm like, bro, dang, bro, like we can't research anything or find out anything about it. There's so many lies that's been put out there. Why can't a brother just read?
I think that. I mean, I think that like all those people are just have to get out the way.
Yeah, man.
Just shut up.
Just shut the hell up.
Shut up because they don't have the keys necessary to move forward to even get us forward, because their ideology is that somehow they think that they're going to be the spook who sat by the door. You know what I'm saying? It's like black people think that they're going to be the spook who sat by the door, and they're going to beat the white man on the inside.
Right.
They're going to get on the inside and just be quiet and just be covert with the whole operation. And somehow if we get this money and we could just, somehow just, get free on our own, you know what I mean, and still be here, like,
you know what?
But even the spook that sat by the door eventually led a revolution.
Right. He won. Right.
He eventually popped out.
Right. And that's why I said they think that's what they're going to be.
Right.
But you know what I mean? Because like they be like, well, you ain't got to really say what you got to say. You ain't really got to do it like that. See, if we just just let it, get this money. It's like at the end of the day, man, the money don't mean a damn thing, because we see what with Kanye West that money doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot. Kanye West was a billionaire,
Right.
and still was unhappy with his work situation.
Very much depressed.
Kanye West was a literal billionaire, had everything in the world at his fingertips. Could go anywhere, live anywhere, have sex with almost any woman on the planet.
Right.
Could do anything, and still dealt with the same problems that many black men deal with his family,
Right.
his wife, his kids,
Right.
his job. He didn't like his job. He felt like his job was, was taking his manhood from him. Taking people that felt like the people that he worked for was just stripping everything away from him, and he had no real power and authority in his life. And he's a fucking bill. He's Kanye West.
Because he gotta be worried about who really he's worried about who really cares about him.
Right.
If you watch that whole documentary, John, that he had out, his whole thing was everybody is liking me because my money. Like, remember you said a while back, you was like, you know what I mean? This how people laugh at your jokes when you got money.
Oh man, I never heard such comedy.
Funny boy.
That's funny. Those is jokes.
You should do stand up, man. Woo!
Did I tell you I need a little gas money? Did I tell you I need a little gas money?
Like, did I tell you about this car wash I got? Man?
Yeah, but they cool it down like, woo,
Woo!
yeah.
Shit. I never knew funny. Rich people was so funny.
Right? So this boy was sometimes he was acting crazy to see who was really for him. You know what I mean? Something
To see what he get away with.
See what he get away. See how many. See if somebody would come by his side and be like, "Yo, man, you need to chill. You tripping?"
Yeah.
He said nobody was coming by his side. Except his pop. Yeah, I mean his pop was like, "Yo, man."
I could tell because Kanye was always off.
Yeah.
And you could tell like why he ain't got nobody to just tell him to chill the fuck out.
Right. Right.
You could tell he never had that. He never had it.
He
never had nobody to be
His
like,
mom died.
he never
man.
had nobody to be like, hey,
You talk too much, dog.
chill out.
Yeah, because he talking a lot. No,
But in a way that was a gift and a curse because he doesn't have anybody that really to tell him to shut the fuck up sometimes. He ended up saying some shit
wild ass shit.
that's the truth.
Right.
Hebrews and Negroes, goddammit.
Gotta get the book.
Hebrews and Negroes, don't get this book.
Come to class.
I wouldn't say get the book, but I would say
don't get the book.
I would say that's true. The title.
Yeah, Hebrews and Negroes.
That's the only thing that I can definitely get with is the title, man.
And don't do this. You see this right here? Don't do this when you ride by camp. Don't do
That's
that.
exactly what they do too.
Right. Do not do that.
Beep, beep, beep.
Because I hate that.
Delaware
He called it out. He called it out every time.
Delaware,
He
like,
funny as hell.
don't just drive by and say, look.
Yeah.
Don't just drive by and put your fist up. Get in here and do the work of the Lord, goddamn.
I hate
Niggas
that.
be in their car like,
No, I hate that. I really do. I hate that because
The nigga was like,
that
one
is
nigga was like, one nigga he pulled up, he put his whole head in the car. Abraham had 2 sons, Isaac and Jacob. God damn, nigga.
like nigga get in class, nigga. God
yeah,
damn.
like we don't need you to do that.
Nah,
we don't need you to do this.
Right.
We need you to get in and do some of the working.
Right. Because one thing that you'll see, he putting that fist up, but he still got that chain around his wrist, man.
Yeah, because
That boy's still a slave.
A lot of our people think that is the revolution, just to go.
Yeah,
So
a lot of
powerful,
black
so
people.
powerful.
You know what it is on a person basis, and I think I know this just from. What is that?
You did that?
No, I must have just came on.
the feds by the TV.
Oh, it came on because of the I hit the book on the thing.
Come on.
My bad. But a lot of people. I learned this from. I learned this really from being with Brothers in the Truth, and it's going through my personal life and realizing what happens is that you get so caught up in personal success that you can never do anything that will benefit your nation, benefit your race. And a lot of black people like to hear the truth, but very few would actually do anything that would put the sacrifices in place to really make changes in their personal life and try to go out and change others' lives.
Right.
Because when it comes down to it, I got to pay these bills.
Yeah.
You know, my wife and my husband don't really like it that much. You know, the kids like Christmas. You know, I just gotta. When it comes down to it, there's a lot of personal pressure on everybody's life that who is really willing to make the sacrifices to really dive into this thing that I may believe in. You just see that you see it a lot right now with this whole Kyrie Irving shit. You see it when you at camp speaking and you talking about what you believe in or talking about the truth, and you see how there's so many people who do fully agree with what you're saying.
Right.
It's not like it's not too hard to find somebody that fully believes in a lot of things that we believe in, but it is hard to find somebody that will willing to change their life and actively do things and change based upon this belief, based upon the belief that we are Israelites, based upon the belief that we are being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard because there's just so many pressures that we have in society. I remember seeing Carmelo Anthony. This tape was like years ago now. It was right before this whole. It resurfaced because of the whole Israelite stuff in the media now. It was a clip with Carmelo Anthony was like, yeah, he was on his live. He was like, yeah, we can talk about it. We can talk about the original man. We can talk about the 12 tribes of Israel. Let's talk about it, black man. Something. This Carmelo telling me.
Good night.
He believe Carmelo know we the Israelites. This is like 2-3 years ago.
Right, I saw that video.
Carmelo know we the Israelites.
Right.
He already know it.
I saw that video.
But that don't mean he gonna
do
teach me about it or learn more about it or start following the laws or stop eating pork.
Right.
But he know we the Israelites.
That's good enough for him.
It give him a sense of pride when he talk about it every now and again.
Right.
But he will never do anything that will make sure everybody knows.
What about
to make sure we all follow it, that we all do something because we know this information.
What about Shaquille O'Neal? He know?
I don't know. I think I know Shaq knows about the Israelites.
He knows about us.
I know Shaq. This is my personal conspiracy. This is my personal conspiracy about Shaq and Charles Barkley. I feel like somebody sat them two down, or they came to a consensus about what they should do about the whole Kyrie thing, and they just knew that this brother he's pointing the finger at our bosses too much. He's pointing the finger at the people that we make money with too much. So we gotta quell it down. Kind of like with it's like on a small level what happened with Christ and with the Sadducees and Pharisees.
Right.
Like this nigga, really whether or not he's right or wrong is irrelevant, but he fucking the money up. So we gotta go out here
and save all the other niggas.
We got to go out here and make him demean him so it can go away and everything. We can just keep on making money. I felt that's based on what they were saying. Like Shaq was like, we got to go out here and speak for this idiot. Like for some reason, Shaq felt like he had some type of personal obligation,
right,
to like explain away what Kyrie was talking about.
Yeah,
and they both called him dumb. They both called him stupid. So it was like in their mind, you dumb for saying something against
you supposed to
so-called Jewish people.
Why don't you just keep your mouth shut?
Yeah,
we know who we are.
I feel like they was I feel like really to them whether or not what Kyrie was doing was factual or not or true is irrelevant. It's just about whether or not this is stopping money, and they knew that this is stopping money. So we got to go out here and call him stupid.
Do you think Kyrie? Like, all right, so like with Kanye, it was like, I'm gonna say this because I know I can get out of some shit. You know what I mean?
That's the theory.
Like some of the things like we don't think because like he tried different types. He's showing you different types of ways to do different types of things. Now the new thing is like it's certain things that you could say
to get out.
You know what I mean?
But basketball is different. You can just
but that's what I'm saying. But do you think Kyrie knew?
No.
What he was like, trying to get out of contract.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I say.
Okay, the thing is, people saying, Kanye is a genius, because he basically decided to separate from the oppressor that has been oppressing him, even at the level that he's at. So they say he's a genius. That's what I hear from a lot of people. They're like, because he's worked it out because he's a genius because
he's finding a way to get out of all his contracts without no caveats.
I'm gonna tell you
is that really being a genius? Like to just say
if that was his intentions, yes.
To not.
I don't know if it was very smart. If that was his intentions, yes. If his intentions was, I'm a kick these Jewish people in the dirt verbally. And I know they all gonna get rid of me,
right?
And when they all get rid of me, I'm gonna make moves to do things independently. If that was his actual thought when he talked,
that's smart.
That was pretty fucking smart. If that was the case, I kind of feel like it may have not been the case. Really, he was just sick and tired. But I think Kanye really more realistically, Kanye was just sick and tired of the shit. Yeah. And he been reading some stuff and saw some videos and he just put it out and just said it in a bunch of interviews, as many interviews as he could because he's just so angry. He just so angry at these Jewish people. I know I'm the real Israelites, yada yada yada, and I'm gonna say it on every platform I can.
Temper tantrum.
Yes,
It's
I
a
feel like it definitely felt like this is just I'm fed up,
Right.
and I'm unloading on everybody.
And it's like, and I can do this because this is true, and I might can get away with it if I can get people to get on my side. With it.
It's always gonna be somebody that will support you.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what he can actually. And that's why we careful not to just be like, oh yeah, Kanye is a genius. You know what I mean? What we will say is, man, we appreciate the conversation.
Exactly, because what you said about we can't be quick to credit him for being a genius because we haven't seen the end result of everything.
I haven't seen the end result, nor I don't know the man, so I don't. He didn't tell me beforehand what he did.
I know what he. I didn't talk.
I didn't, you know.
Salagia, if I may,
I just feel like it's a temper tantrum. I feel like it was just mad.
It definitely is.
So he just said, "I'm gonna allow me with all the interviews these next 2 weeks, and I'm gonna tell everybody about how I feel about these Jewish people and the Israelites."
Yeah, man, because the man was like, "I'm gonna start a church, so I ain't gotta pay taxes."
Yeah, I feel it.
I mean, he made some of these decisions. You got to look at some of the things, and it's like, you know what? Now he's playing, not, you know, like he like to say, I'm Moses and all this other type stuff. Yeah. Now he's playing that role of the rich dude that's going to go holler at the hood niggas.
Let me say this, man, real quick. You know, shame on the Urban League. Shame on, you know, the NAACP. Shame on, the Congressional Black Caucus. You know, shame on all of y'all, because you are supposed to be the grassroots organizations that are supposed to protect Black people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And y'all see what's happening to Kyrie, and neither one of these organizations are stepping in and stepping in and saying, hey, that's enough.
Right.
You know, that's enough. The brother apologized. This is enough. You know, you're going too far with this, and, you know, let's move on. You know what I'm saying? But they don't say a damn thing, because these organizations are not for Black people. Right. They're not for the benefit of Black people. They are just there to make people feel like we have a sense of security, when there's no security at all.
Right. They make sure we go out and vote every 4 years, every 2 years.
Right.
That's it.
All these Black votes they may or may have not gotten a couple of days ago, it's because the Black Congressional Caucus, NAACP, all these Black organizations, they keep it going. But it's all they do. Really, what they're doing is they making you feel like you fighting for your people, make you feel like you're being revolutionary. But you're only as revolutionary as your oppressor wants you to be.
Could you do something real quick for me, man? Could you give me the hand clap, man? I'm gonna tell you why I'm giving the hand clap, man. Right? All right, yeah, keep it going a little bit longer. All right, I want to give a hand clap to the sister at my job.
Okay. Right,
the sister at my slavery. She came up to me and she told me, she said, you know what? I did not vote. She did not vote. And you know why she didn't vote?
Why is that?
She didn't vote because of, you know, the talks that she's seen us have on this show right here, right? And she didn't vote because of the talks that I've talked to her about, you know what I'm saying, about what's the point of voting and different things like that, because she was an avid voter and she actually believed in voting. And she told me that her friends was trying to shun her for not voting and trying to ostracize her because of her choice not to go and participate in this year's primary elections and different things like that. And I told her, I said, look, you know, when it comes to things like that, you know, you don't want to go on the defense and you don't want to defend why you didn't vote. But what you want to do is you want to go on the offense and make them prove why they voted. Right. And you need to go on the offense with that and ask them. I said, you could even ask them an easy question. Ask them to break down what a two-party system is. Ask them to break down what a superdelegate is, what a pledge delegate is. They wouldn't even be able to tell you because they don't know.
Tell me the benefit that it's had.
Right, and tell me the benefit that
as my constituency, as a Black person.
And if I could, sir.
What has this done to move my constituency forward? In a real meaningful way.
And then also this, you know what the problem is when we get into that voting booth, we just vote blue, right? But you don't even realize that this candidate that you just voted for, you just voted to make a highway through a retarded school. Right?
Throw your third.
Right. You don't even know that, but you just voting on it because you feel that it's all cool long as it's all blue.
Hey,
Because they don't hate niggas as much.
Right.
right.
In your mind, at least.
That's a great clip. We can end it right there. That's
They
a
don't
great
hate
clip.
niggas as
We're going
much.
to end it right there. All right.
Yeah, we're going to end it on that clip. Nah, you can keep on talking. I'm going to end it right there on that clip right there. Yeah. All right.
Nah,
So,
you-
but shout out to Kazakawav. I got to do this real quick. Shout out to Kazakawav and shout out to Melanie Taylor, man. You know
In the
what I'm
building.
saying? Shout out to the other people that's in here. Look, make sure y'all like and subscribe and share.
Yeah,
share it, man. Look, just go ahead and share it because I know that you're trying to be covert and you think that you can watch this video and that, you ain't gotta, nothing's gonna matter because you're not sharing it or anything like that. You're not liking it. But guess what? You on the FBI list.
We need
on the
you.
list already.
They see exactly what you're watching.
The fans is watching.
So could you give a hand clap for the people that's in here that's on the FBI list now?
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it.
We've been on a minute now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man.
Me and Desire one been in it for like a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We told us always say you can come fuck with us, but
Yeah, you gonna be on
the
the
fans
FBI
gonna be
list.
looking at you.
They gonna be looking at
He
you,
was
man.
like, man, fuck it. And we was like, all right.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it
We
on.
was like, all right then.
Let's get it.
So if you watch this show, there's
Yeah.
the CIA is they're keeping the tab.
That's right, man. So to hell with voting, man. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to that sister, man, because you know what? That's a big win. I look at wins in a different kind of way. I look at wins, it doesn't have to be in a major way. It could be small wins. And for me, and this truth, man, that small win that we did get is we got one sister that's not vote.
Yeah, you got one sister that realized the truth. And that's how it starts. That's how all these things we're seeing right now is a start. We're seeing really smaller shifts in the right direction. With the whole Kyrie shit, with the whole I'm not sure if you know about it. I know Isaiah will know about it because he on that sport. You know sports.
Yeah.
With the Deion Sanders.
Oh yeah.
What's been going with him in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
We're seeing small shifts that are going in the right direction. But that voting shit is just it's like religion. It's just people believe in it so much and it don't matter the results. It don't matter.
We have no king but Caesar.
It just I've been told that it works, so I'm gonna do it. But every black person, Hispanic, Native Indian, should ask yourself, what is voting every 4 years done to improve my community?
You know what?
What specifically voting, specifically that thing? What has it done to do anything? What has it done to make me less poor?
Right.
What is it to bring less violence?
You know, having
all the things we really care about as a people.
And you know what? That's where I always stick my rib. You know what I mean? Because my rib, she works for the, the government and all that stuff like that. She works for the government's office, all that stuff. So, you know what I mean? That's one thing that she'll say, it's important that, y'all know about the small joints and you need to,
smaller elections.
Vote somebody in, you know what I mean? And then this person will, talk to this person and this person will talk to that person, blah, blah, blah. But the fact of the matter is, it's us being okay with being in this captivity.
Right, that's all it is.
That's you trying to make this captivity easier. You cannot just like I'm gonna blow my cover, but you can't put your oppressor over you and expect them to do the right thing for you. Period.
But I tell you one thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like for one, you know what I'm saying? Like, voting just shows like, that you're weak, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying for men, right?
Right,
Men, from a man's perspective, you're weak because you're just saying that, you got to vote for somebody else to fix your problems, right?
Right.
But also, like when you vote, you're trying to vote for a candidate that is basically trying to get to Washington on the lower level. Now we're talking about the lower level now, right?
Okay.
The lower level. You trying to vote for a candidate that
we ain't talking about the president,
right? That wants to continue his career.
Right.
He's not going to mess over his whole career by doing something for the black population that voted for him because he's trying to continue his career and go to Washington.
Right.
He's not trying to. This ain't the last
He
stop.
think about right
What,
here.
what you think he want to be an alderman forever?
Right.
He don't want to be a goddamn city councilman forever.
Right.
He want to move on and go up to the big dogs.
Come on.
So he's not going to do anything. It's just the same way if you have a black principal. Or you have, a black principal of a school, a black dean of a school.
Right.
He might, the black principal, he might say, I want to make school days longer.
Right.
I want to have school on the weekends. I want to create
after school program.
Yeah, I want to have after school programs. I want to, help these kids get through.
Right.
But he can't do it because the system is against him.
Right.
And the problem with especially when you get to like the bigger level, when you get to like Congress and things like that, the problem is in politics, really even outside that, in politics, you gotta please everybody.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a democratic system. We live in a system where people vote, where the population votes on who they want in power. And you have to do things that please everybody.
Right.
And the type of change that we need in the black community, we can't ask a politician to do it because the politician can't get out there and put his neck out for black people.
Right.
Because I'm trying to run for governor, or I'm trying to run for Senate, and I live in a place where there's so many white people, I can't lean too far to what niggas want.
Right.
And I can't lean too far to what white people want.
That's dope.
You can only do so much.
That's dope. That's dope what you just said.
And that's and in general,
Shit like that.
no matter who you are, if you're black, you're white, you're East Indian, that's why politics is only going to get you so far.
Right.
Because they got to please everybody. So they can please nobody at the same time.
Right. And
if you're trying to please everybody, you ain't going to please anybody.
Shout out to the clip.
I want niggas to, every black person to be rich and successful. I want black people to get first dibs on everything.
Right.
And I want niggas just be on top. I can't vote for that.
Right.
Because Governor so-and-so who ran for the who just run the race in governor?
Doug Mastriano.
Doug Mastriano trying to win the race.
He's trying to win.
He's trying to win. He won. But he was trying to run the race. He can't go on stage like, yeah, I want niggas to be on top.
Right.
He can't do that.
No.
And he can't say, I want white people to be on top.
No.
He gotta say things
Right.
that's kind of reasonable, maybe a little bit unreasonable every now and again, just give a little spice. But he gotta play the middle to a certain degree just to catch as many people as he can to get in office.
That's heavy. That's heavy.
He gotta get in, and that's the main goal. They want to get in power.
You want it, right?
They want to get in power, so they don't really give a fuck about it ain't actually helping you. What do I got to tell you to make you want to vote for me?
Because the fact of the matter
is, so they play the middle, and when you play the middle, you don't help anybody.
You don't.
Especially with black people when we've been suffering with these things for so long.
Right.
Suffering with poverty for so long. Suffering with violence for so long.
Right.
Suffering with, just jobs and there's the basic shit that we've been trying to fix for so long. We ain't gonna fix it but betting on a nigga that's playing in the middle. Right. That's just trying to help everybody.
You want to fence, you gray.
That's why politics don't work, because they're trying to help everybody and we need help.
You know what the heaviest thing right there is the fact of the matter is you can't choose one side and feel as though that's going to work. Because you know what's going to happen when a dude go in and say, I'm for the people, I'm for the black people. And when he get in office, he going to be like, what's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy. He going to be like, what y'all want me to do? I can't do all this shit for y'all. Y'all want me to do all this stuff for the black community.
Right.
The fact of the matter is, like you said, their whole goal ain't just to be the mayor.
Right.
Their goal ain't they want to be the mayor. They didn't want to be a governor.
Even if they want to be the mayor, they got to bullshit me to get there.
Yeah.
They want to be the governor. They got to bullshit. They want to be the senator, the congressperson. They got to bullshit me to get there.
That's been the whole thing. That's what having a master's degree and everything is about. Is about getting to that next level.
Right.
It's never about staying stagnant in that one position.
Never. It's about president.
And Clarence Thomas wanted to be governor. He wanted to be president.
He doesn't remember when Obama became the president. He said he was going to bring about change, right? And he ran on the yes we can. He's going to bring about change.
Yes we can.
He doesn't have to bring about change. He just has to get you to believe it.
That's all they got to do.
And that's it. And that's the job.
That's all he ever did.
And so now, you know what I mean? Now that he's not in office, did y'all hear what Obama was talking about? Did y'all hear what Obama was talking about when he was up in Pittsburgh last week?
No.
All right, I'm gonna play it. You got your mic, right? So I'm gonna just play the audio real quick. But
Okay, come on.
what he said, he was speaking about Kyrie. He spoke on Kyrie.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he spoke on Kyrie. I'm gonna play
Why
it
ain't
for y'all
getting no
right now.
coverage?
He said,
They didn't get none.
Kyrie.
I understand, but you got to be seasoned with your words.
Malia, she's coming of age. I know a little something about black people.
Okay.
Oh.
Anti-Semitism.
You got to be the first president that got successful going on.
Here we go. You can. I'll just turn it up right there. Hold on. Let me.
You know, I got a basketball court in my back. I know about black people.
Yeah. Let me get to the right.
My
to the
three
point.
sure is wet.
I'm gonna skip it up just so that we don't.
I saw my dog's puppies. I know about black people.
All right. Here we go.
A friend of mine, Paul Pelosi, was attacked in his own home. Somebody breaks into his house looking for his wife, Nancy, the Speaker of the House. We act like this, they make light of it, they joke about it. You don't have to be a student of history to understand. And when you have people who are in leadership positions who promote or ignore over-the-top rhetoric, and then when there's an attack like this, they make light of it, they joke about it, then more people are going to get hurt. And more than that, we violate the basic spirit of our democracy, the spirit of who we are as Americans. And by the way, it's not just politicians, whether it's out of malice or ignorance. We've seen recently big celebrities reposting vile anti-Semitic conspiracy theories online. And you don't have to be a student of history to understand how dangerous that is and how unacceptable it is. And I don't know when we decided that we were just going to believe everything we read on the internet. Here's a tip for you. If you read or see something online that has some grand theory about how some particular group, whether it's black folks or white folks or Jews or Catholics or immigrants or gays, if you read or see something that says they're the cause of all your problems, then it's safe to say it is garbage. It is a lie. It is dangerous poison. We've got to call it out and put an end to that kind of mindset.
Damn!
You know,
The mics.
Yo.
So, Cappy, what you think?
I think he's playing this. He's fighting for his team.
Yeah, he definitely
But I feel like
that's one hell of a fight.
He's fighting. Another thing with politics is when we talking about a two-party system, you got a two-party system. There's no room for nuance. There's no room for. It becomes more extreme because I only got two options. So if I only got two options, then whoever's pushing the line the best and being the craziest, that's who I look at. That's why Trump got in office, because he was somebody who pushed the envelope so wide that I didn't care about the guy that was just kind of regular. I wanted him because he was one of two options, and he was the biggest and brightest one. And that happens a lot in politics where there's no room for nuance. So there's no room. There's no room for saying there's some things in this book that may have been correct, and there's some things that weren't. There's no room for that.
Mm-hmm.
This is right or wrong, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing when I say he's playing for his team. As far as the whole anti-Semitic thing, it benefits the Democrats to make sure they have a strong line against specifically anti-Semitic things, because Republicans lean more towards anti-Semitism because Republicans have a stronghold on poor white people. And poor white people typically are anti-Semitic, typically hate so-called Jewish people because Jewish people are rich and powerful, and they're not. So they typically point the finger at Jewish people for being poor and white. And they look at Jewish people like they're a different race altogether when they're not. It is another group of white people. It's another tribe, just like being Irish or being fucking Italian. Mm-hmm. But they look at it like it's a whole other race, because they ostracize them. They ostracize them in that way because they're so rich and powerful, and because I guess it's kind of like a bit of a jealousy as well, I believe, where they was then you white, I'm white, but I'm poor and you fucking powerful, rule the whole planet. And they point the finger at Jewish people for a lot in their own personal life. So it benefits a Democrat to say, we got to put down this anti-Semitism, all this hateful talk and all this, because the Republicans will ramp up hateful talk because their constituency, the poor white people, like hating on Jewish people, like anti-Semitism. So my point is, Barack Obama, all he really doing is playing for his team. He just doing whatever's opposite of what his rival is doing. And his rival would do things to ramp up hatred for rich white people, rich Jewish people. And so he got to do things to dampen it down, to make them seem evil for hating Jewish people.
Yeah, if I could, and then he said something, Donald Trump said, I mean, not Donald Trump, Obama said, he said, don't believe everything that you hear on the internet.
That's crazy.
Well, fool, didn't we believe you when you on the internet, when you said that, you was going to bring about change?
Right.
Didn't you believe that? Yes, we can. We believe that. And I guess where I saw that at, the goddamn internet.
Did he not use the internet for his platform?
He used the internet for his whole goddamn, when he ran, for president, he used the internet. But now all of a sudden,
now you don't want to listen to it.
I got to show y'all one more thing, man.
Niggas thought, go pull it up.
I'm going to
Niggas thought Obama was the fucking messiah.
Yeah.
Niggas thought Obama was the end of black oppression. No bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I for some reason, people act like we forgot.
Mm-hmm.
But when that nigga was running, I was young, but I remember. It was like, this guy's going to be, he's the end all be all.
Good night.
We get this nigga in office, we done with black problems. Problems that are like specific to niggas was going to be over when Obama got in office.
They believe
and now we acting like we wasn't thinking about that at the time.
Yeah. Huh?
Nigga, yes, you did.
I
Nigga.
say I
did you
voted.
vote that year?
You voted?
I think I voted for Obama.
Did you vote in 2008?
Man, this brother got to get off the show.
You voted for Obama.
I wasn't in the truth yet. I wasn't in the
I didn't vote. I didn't vote even when I was in the world.
Because you was in the streets, nigga. This is different.
No, I think I voted for Obama.
You didn't know where the poll was at.
I think I voted for Obama.
If you voted that year, you voted for Obama.
He went like this.
Obama.
He went like this, like, he pushed that button. He was like,
my soul is renewed.
Electric went through his body.
Niggas thought Obama was the second coming of Christ.
Yeah, and he just pushed that button and he felt invigorated because he was just doing his civic duty as a black man in America.
And niggas ain't do, and that nigga ain't do nothing. That nigga ain't do nothing for nobody, Obama. He ain't do shit. We still talk about black on background.
Yeah.
They need to stop killing people in Chicago. Oh, they need to stop killing people. Oh, the murder rate.
Matter of fact, Chicago had the highest murder rate while this nigga was in office.
Yo.
The opioid epidemic. We still saying the same shit.
I want to let y'all hear something real quick.
They do nothing for nobody.
Now I know
Barack Hussein Obama.
Now I want to let y'all hear something. I know y'all ain't got this.
All right, go ahead.
I know y'all ain't got this. But I had to really do some research to get it. But I'm gonna let y'all hear it. All right. It's just like quick, like 20 seconds, maybe not even 20 seconds.
Yeah,
but I just want y'all to hear this real quick. You can mute the mics real quick. I just want y'all to hear this real quick.
All right.
This is from the Communist Manifesto 1940s. Communist Manifesto's 1940s. Okay, go ahead.
Come on.
Fact in the public mind. Suitable buildups as fashion. Total government is communism. In 1943, the following directive was issued from party headquarters to all communists in the United States. It read, when certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of the United States. It read, when certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind. Intolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public, certain obstructionists become too irritating, label them after suitable buildups as fascist or Nazi or anti-Semitic, and use the prestige of anti-fascist and tolerance organizations to discredit them. In the public mind, constantly associate those who oppose us with those names which already have a bad smell. The association will, after enough repetition, become fact in the public mind.
Did y'all hear that?
That's heavy.
That's what they did. That's what they did to. That's what they did to Trump.
He just told you.
I mean, they had a point,
Right. Yeah.
but that's what they did.
It definitely became fact.
Called him anti. They called him Nazi, and called him. They threw them words out,
Yep.
and eventually it became fact, whether or not he actually did it or not.
Right.
That shows you. They showed you right there in the 1940s.
They knew it.
And that's what they doing to Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
They just throwing that word out there enough,
Right.
to where you feel like that's what he believes, that's what he was doing, that's what that. Without you don't do no research. You don't. They know you ain't gonna do no research.
Right.
They know you're not gonna look into it, so they just say he's anti-Semitic. He's anti-Semitic.
They call
he hates Jewish people. He hates Jewish people. Before you know it, you fucking believe it
They called Kyrie. This one white lady called him Hitler.
Damn.
because he posted a goddamn.
She called him Hitler. She said, "This guy is. I mean, he's talking like Hitler, and he didn't even say nothing."
he ain't saying shit like that. He posted a goddamn documentary.
Matt, but the crazy part is in the joints, all he's saying is like, yeah, I take full blame for me, saying something about the daggone joint, but
That's all he said.
I don't. There's some things that I don't agree with. There's some things that I do agree with.
That's what he said.
But I'm just trying to find out, some historical information about my heritage.
That's what he said. In a nutshell, that's what he said like 3 times.
Yeah.
What you just said is
And
what he said.
they kept replaying.
I don't fully agree with everything.
How do you feel about the hateful?
I was just trying to post some information to people. Like
I'm just.
God damn the
all I'm doing.
black leadership.
You know what he really saying? I just trying to read.
That's all he's saying is I read a book. I watched a documentary. It was interesting. Check it out.
Right, and the older generation don't see that this bull. All he doing is reading.
All he doing is just researching.
He's researching.
He's researching.
And even if a brother come out and he said flat Earth, you know what I mean. The fact of the matter is he's researching. He might not be right.
He looking some shit
A
up.
brother can't be right. A brother can't be wrong. You know what I mean? Like why? Because he got so much money. That's what it is.
That's
He
why
has so much
we'll
money
be up
and he
there
has
tomorrow
influence.
fighting, man. We'll be
Yeah,
on
I'm
Kyrie
going. I
Irving's
made up
side
my
tomorrow,
mind.
man. We'll be up there in New
I knew
York,
I was
man.
gonna do that.
Spitting,
Middle of the show.
spitting on the goddamn sidewalk.
Then I'm fighting for Kyrie.
I'm going.
We're gonna be up there, man. We're going up there, man. We're gonna be on Kyrie Irving's behalf, man. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go out here. We're gonna let everybody know that he ain't by himself. What he said was right, and we're gonna be out there spitting on the Barclays Center.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, goddamn the Barclays Center, man. You know what I'm saying? And more, we need more. We need to actually need our own damn league. Actually, really need our own league. Look, if we get our own league, black league, I might go there and play.
But ain't that what Ice Cube was trying to do?
No,
Don't say Ice Cube name.
I feel like a white man.
Don't nobody
Don't
say
add
Ice
him
Cube.
in none of this shit.
Don't bring him in none of this shit.
Whatever you do, Ice Cube ain't got nothing to do with
He
it.
ain't got nothing. We do not speak on behalf
Of Ice Cube.
Ice Cube is whack.
Ice Cube speaks for himself.
He's whack. He was better when he had attitude.
Yeah.
Sawab said heavy. They're definitely following that playbook. That's right, Sawab.
Damn right.
Heavy. Sawab said he's checking in from Albany. All right, Albany, man. What's going on? Albany. Albany. Danisha Jones, you late. All right. And, all right, no sweat. So, yeah, because Akbar said that's heavy cap. I believe that's what you was talking. You know what I mean? So shout out to Akbar, man. You know what I mean? But real shit though, man. Like this is what we talking about today. We're talking about all of that. And then also before we get out of here, man, I wanted to talk about
this jacket.
I know I don't want to. I don't want to keep talking about my cat, right?
Damn.
I don't want to keep talking about
more
this cat.
cat updates? You
Yeah, I
gotta
don't-
buy a cat.
Oh, what
now.
happened to the cat?
I don't want to talk about this cat.
The cat show up at the door like this?
No, this is the shame, right? This is the thing. This cat ran away.
Yeah.
Right? The cat ran away, and this white person at my job, they was like, "Did the cat come back yet?"
Right.
And I was like, "Nah, the cat didn't come back." And they was like, "Oh, no sweat, the cat will be there in like a week or so."
Oh damn.
But then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, it made me think about where I actually live. And where I actually live is some would say it's the hood,
Right.
the ghetto, the hood, right?
Good place.
Many would say.
Right. God damn.
Good places. It's an amazing place.
Hey, stop. My bad. I'm sorry.
God damn.
It's the Branson, man. Somebody give me that damn Branson.
It's like that.
Hey, look, he like, nah, nigga, that shit is
He's like,
hood,
nah,
nigga.
that is hood, nigga.
That shit is unemphatically, positively.
Niggas straight
The ghetto.
they he said they straight disrespect the ring camera. Nigga, fuck your ring camera, nigga.
It's like my bad. Man, it's a nice neighborhood. It's all right. It's a middle of the road. You know, it ain't too much. It ain't too cheap.
God damn.
It ain't too. It's a good neighborhood.
It's a beautiful.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's
neighborhood.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh my god.
So what? The brother across the street play music till 3 o'clock.
Yeah,
So
nigga.
what?
God damn.
So what? They ain't shooting every goddamn night. So
Yeah.
what?
But it's a hood though. It's home.
Oh my god.
It's home, man. Like, I guess okay. I look at the guy that plays his music, right?
Right.
When I come out the door, as soon as I walk out the door, he's like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Right.
Right? But it's annoying. It's annoying to have to come outside and somebody's always there.
In his defense, though, he said he does that because he respect you.
Right. But I'm finishing off my thought. So, but that guy being there deters people from breaking in.
Damn right.
Somebody's up looking on
because he always out there.
Because he's always out there. So that stops people from breaking in.
Right.
Because it's like, so is somebody looking all the time. So people probably know, like, hey, on this block right here, it's always somebody out there.
Right.
And I can't break into none of these cribs. So I look at that as a plus.
It's a plus.
From having him there, stool pigeon the goddamn street.
And you can give him a playlist every now and again.
Yeah, and then you can listen to some good music if you decide to go out and listen on your porch.
Play my playlist.
Right, but this is the thing, right? Now, this white person, they said, well, the cat will be back. And then I thought about it and I said, this cat ain't going to be back.
Nah.
You know why?
Why?
Because somebody took him. Somebody took the cat. Now, what I've known by living there is that people in the hood just cannot deal with temptation. Like I have to tell you, like I had a box that had a vest in it for Passover, and I watched them on the camera, not from home or whatever, but they just walked by and just seen the box and they picked it up and walked away.
Right.
So I'm thinking to myself, we have to, I guess it's because where we're at, it's like when things are just going, it's just like, it's just going because somebody seen it and they just took it because people just take stuff because it's just there. Like if I lived in a different neighborhood, like say maybe if I lived in the suburbs, maybe the cat would be gone. Maybe they'd take the cat too.
They would.
They definitely would.
They would take the cat too.
Don't get it twisted.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, it happens.
See, the problem is you listen to them lies the white man told you.
Yeah, for real. Them white folks. I
don't see why they wouldn't take it.
Nah.
If anything, in the white neighborhood, they probably would take it to the SPCA, but you wouldn't be getting the cat again. I mean, I'm just saying, what miraculous thing do you think happens in a white neighborhood when they find a stray cat?
This what I think.
You know what
They go to every neighborhood. Is this your cat?
You know what happens?
Right, yeah. That right there, yeah.
You know what happens?
Yeah, that right there.
Okay, next house. Is this? They don't do that in the white neighborhood. You know what they do in the white neighborhood? You know what they do? A little white boy finds him with the big ass glasses.
Yep.
And he kill it and dissect it in his garage.
He'll have a microscope and just burning the cat like cat eyes.
It's not and as far as like the temptation thing with
that's true.
It's true, but not for the reasons that can be assumed.
Check this out. I was going to remember I told you I was going to put a brick.
Let me ask you this.
If I put a box, somebody's going to take it.
But why? But why?
Because they think that it's an opportunity.
But why?
Because
why they even care about the opportunity?
Because we've been taught that you can't pass up something that you could possibly get for free.
Why wouldn't you pass it up for free?
Because
why are free things so good in the poor community?
Hold up.
Because you don't.
Why a poor thing? Why?
Because I guess because you don't.
Better say.
Because I guess because you don't have it.
Yes.
But
yes.
But you don't know what it is though.
You know what's funny? Hold
But
on,
you
I got a
can't.
funny
What you
story.
Like,
just
you
say?
can still
You
like
say you
underwear.
don't have it and it's free.
Hold up.
But that doesn't
If
necessarily
you
mean
poor, you don't give a fuck about what's in there.
nah.
You
But,
know it's free and I want it because I ain't got nothing.
but not
I'm gonna tell you some
necessarily.
shit,
I'm not
man.
saying that. Okay, not necessarily. Is okay? Is that the excuse?
Yes, it's
It's because a lot of people that steal don't have to steal.
Right.
Okay, what does not having to steal mean? What do you mean?
Meaning
not
this,
having-
like you don't have to take this because you already have whatever
you don't
you
have to eat tonight, but you don't do
but
it.
some people just can't pass up an opportunity. Like, okay, just say this, right? If I take a box and put a brick in it and put it on my front porch, somebody's gonna steal it.
That's true.
Yeah, you wanna know
That's
what's
true.
funny?
And they're gonna be excited too when they see how heavy it is. But my point is, when you're poor, it makes more sense to do these type of things.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, it's not like something that's entrenched. What's the that's the word? Entrenched, like that's bred into these communities that make them want to steal Amazon boxes.
Yo.
It's just that when you're poor, I see something free that I know I can probably get away with. Why the fuck not when I don't have shit anyway?
Can I say something real quick? I got you. Look, check this out, right?
Go ahead.
When I was out in the world, right? I was.
You had more morals and standards. Huh?
I did.
Let me see that.
Right. Let me tell you this. Look, I used to rob, right? But I didn't rob. But look, check this out though. Look, listen. I used to rob, right? But look.
No, we gonna pass by that.
Why
was you robbing?
Why was you robbing
people?
No. But look, check it out. I only robbed white people.
Okay, you Robin Hood.
I didn't rob black people.
But is that good? Is that like
Yes,
so? What?
I think it's better.
That's
Okay, it's better. But you still go to jail.
I think it's a better moralistic stance than a brother who just
rob
robs
anybody.
from. Okay, in Brazil.
Okay.
In Brazil,
but
you can't rob from the favela. You can't
Okay,
rob
but you
from the
talking
favela.
about robbing like you talking more about like you ain't talking about the robbing you was doing wasn't I assume wasn't like opportunistic. It was like planned out robbing. I'm assuming you saying.
It was opportunistic. Like if I walked past some white folks, like, oh shit, like that, right? But I would more so. I would say, okay, I'm not going to rob from brothers because I'm from the hood too,
yeah,
right? So even when I was in the world, I still had that. I still had that. You know what I mean? Like morals that. Even though I was out there, fucking up and doing bad shit, I still didn't do it against black people.
Why doesn't an average black criminal think to only rob people outside of his community?
Because he's lazy.
Nah.
You're a lazy criminal. Like go out to, Greenville, go out to Bear, Delaware. Don't go to the niggas right in the same neighborhood.
Why would a black criminal not go out to
the suburbs?
Some place that's an hour away from where he lived to rob people?
Because he will get caught.
Right, he probably will get caught or something like that. But because we don't have enough hood justice.
But you know what?
Because look, check this out.
Crazy?
Hood justice, meaning this. I know you want to say something. But check this out. Now, I watched it. I watched a lot of shit about Brazil.
Right.
Brazil, different places around the world.
Right. Send me the joint.
Brazil, and those gangs that operate those favelas, which are the hoods, right? Another name for hood, right? In Brazil, those gangs, you can't rob from the favela. If you in the favela, you can't be like steal somebody's package that they're getting delivered to them, their package. Because if the gangs find out that you do that, they're going to chop off your goddamn hand.
God damn.
They'll chop your hand off. They'll kill you. They'll do whatever. Because you cannot rob from the neighborhood.
How many packages are they really getting in the favela? How many Amazon packages really getting dropped off?
No, but I'm just saying the morals behind it. That even though it's a gang, they still have morals. They still say that you can't rob in here. You can't do this because you're going to pay the price if you do that. And we don't have enough group cohesion to say, look, if you're going to rob from people that's in the ghetto with you, then, you know what I mean? There's a goddamn, what's that called? A code and a punishment if you do that.
Long sleeve, short sleeve.
Cap, you even told me, you said, damn, these motherfuckers is taking shit. They don't even know what the fuck is in it.
Right.
It's stupid, but I still understand why they're doing it.
I can understand why they're doing it, but goddamn, man, where's the goddamn?
There is no code. You know the main difference between a hood in America and a hood in a place like Brazil is that in a hood like Brazil, the police are scarce. The police show up every now and again to do drug raids and kill a couple people. It's not like in America where we have like a constant, especially like in more bigger like cities and metropolitan areas. It's like we have like a constant police presence. But in a place like Brazil, they don't have that.
No police presence.
So you really need a gang to step up and say, okay, instead of us killing everybody, instead of everybody killing each other, instead of everybody getting stolen from, we're going to have some type of level of rules because there are no police in the favela. The favela, they show up every now and again, once in a while, to do a raid, do a drug bust, kill a couple people when they leave. In places like that in them third world countries, it's not the police ain't like the police here.
Nah,
the way the police are over there, and it forces you to police yourself,
right? Because they corrupt.
In the U.S., we don't really have that unless you're talking about like a couple like scarcely populated places. But like if we're talking about like the major places where crime happens, we have a bunch of fucking police.
So what do you think?
So there's no what's the word? There's no real pressure to make your own system where we police ourselves. Right. Especially when it's no real pressure to do it.
I got an idea for a brand new show. Right? This show is going to be about me putting a box with a brick in it and just put it on the front step and just wait for somebody to take it. And as soon as they take it, I'm gonna pop out with a camera and say, "Hey man, what the fuck you doing, man? Put my shit back."
They're gonna be like, "Oh shit, bow."
Let me tell you something. They're gonna run. But you know what them crackers be doing, right? Them crackers
a couple of them will probably stop.
Them crackers will put a bike. They'll put a bike, or they'll put they'll put a string on the bike, and the person will steal the bike. I know y'all see these videos, and they'll ride away, and then just boom, just flip off the goddamn bike at the end of it, and look like a goddamn fool. Or they'll pick up a damn box, and then open up the box, and it'll blow up, and it'll be a goddamn. That would be funny. Yeah, a cream pie in their face.
What you gotta do is you gotta be willing to get rid of the camera. You gotta put a camera inside the box with the shit, and the shit is just like.
All I'm saying is, man, leave my shit alone, man.
Yeah, let me tell you this story, right? So I'm at the crib, I was at the crib this week. I'm at the crib and my doorbell rings, right? And when you got a Ring doorbell, you don't get up and answer the door. You just look at the camera and shit. And I see this dude, and he unloading all these groceries on my porch, right? He putting all these groceries out, right? And I'm like, God damn. You know what I mean? I ain't saying shit. I'm like, this dude didn't misorder something. I left them joints out there all day. Like I ain't mess with them. Finally, I goes out there and my red comes home. She like, yeah, I guess they delivered to the wrong spot. I was like, well, I mean, what are you gonna do about it? Maybe it's the next door neighbors. She calls Walmart or whatever. Walmart was like, oh yeah, it went to the wrong house. So I guess it's yours. I'm like, what should we do with it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Am I a fool for thinking that we can have morals?
You're not a fool. You're not a fool for thinking that, but I would say it's foolish to believe that this is a problem that's and is that the right word I'm looking? Let's keep talking. Hold on. Let me look.
Okay, the reason I
just was like, we was
but this is the thing though. You still said, let me call Walmart.
Exactly.
No, let me call them first, and let me see. I would say, like, is there people like that's what I want? Like,
it's not. I would say it's not foolish. What you said about Azawa proves my point. It's not foolish to believe that we can have morals,
right?
But it is foolish to believe that this is a problem that is intrinsic to the hood or black communities,
right? Poor
black communities, which feel like the majority sometimes,
right?
Azawar, what they sent to your house?
They sent a whole mess of groceries. Like
Azawar
was packed with
can afford groceries.
Right.
He can afford groceries. When they come to his doorstep, he knows.
I did take the Doritos.
he can afford groceries. They come to his doorstep. He knows that I could buy this if I wanted to. I could buy this if I wanted to. I didn't order no groceries. Nah. I got food in the house, and right now, probably.
Yeah.
Let me look up and see who the fuck this belongs to, because it's not mine.
Right, but what about poor people that do the right thing?
Poor people who do the right thing are strong. They should be commended.
Yeah, right.
They're what you need to.
You heard how you say commended?
So what about you know what I mean? Because look, didn't James get back 20,000 of good times?
Yeah, God.
James get back 20,000.
To this day, I don't know why
They
he
should be
did that.
praised and commended for doing that.
Right.
But I'm saying it's a lot. What I'm saying is when you are poor or poorer,
Right.
it's a lot easier to do these things because doing these things makes sense.
Right.
When you're hungry, it just makes more sense to steal a box. It makes more sense to not call when the groceries show up at your doorstep by accident,
Right.
and just eat them and take them.
Right.
Because you're poor and these opportunities, you don't have the opportunity to get things in general.
But hold on.
Okay, okay, let's say, okay, I looked on the camera. I showed you the video. This guy was older.
Right.
He was an older man that was, a grown man.
Older, like he was
like in his 40s.
No,
Women
he was not in his
20s.
40s. That nigga was probably like at best he was 35. He probably
35.
At best he was 35. Let's say 30.
So is it my fault that he is
it's
poor?
not your fault at all. It's not your fault at all.
You know what I mean? It's my fault.
It's not your fault.
Like why the fuck
I'm not blaming poverty on you.
Right.
I'm just saying poverty exists, and when people are poor, they steal. That's all I'm saying. That's my whole point. My whole point is that when people are poor, they steal. Because I'm poor and I don't have nothing. So if I say something, I'm gonna take it.
Right.
It's not that deep. It's as simple as that. That's my whole point.
Simple as
I should have said that 20 minutes ago. My whole point is that if you're poor, it's just easier to steal things. Because you're poor, you ain't got nothing.
God damn.
That's the whole point. It's not even about age.
Either poor or greed. Because sometimes it's greed.
That was my best for Passover.
People are greedy, you know what I mean?
Because these things.
You said what?
That was my best for Passover. Look, this motherfucker's walking away with it. Say, God damn you! God damn you!
Because these things sometimes happen in the suburbs. These motherfuckers. And well-to-do neighborhoods. People in well-to-do neighborhoods, they get high.
Right.
The kids will come by Saturday night again and steal packages from you. Because some things are just natural to do.
Right.
It's natural to take. It's natural to get high. It's natural to steal. It's natural to have nasty sex. All these things are natural. But sometimes they just happen more in poor neighborhoods because it's easier to do when you have nothing.
Well.
Or you have very little.
I wouldn't say it because trust and believe. You know what I mean? We get the ring little notices and tells us what's going on down the street. You know what I'm saying? And I seen people go up. Listen, man, I seen this ring joint where this dude was up in this boy's house all casually. You know what I mean? Just looking around, looking what he would take. He ain't seen what he like, and then he walked out the boy's house.
Yeah, where's this at?
So we get the ring notifications will tell you,
what's going on
in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And this joint was showing how somebody was just going up in people's houses and stealing stuff.
Right.
People would just walk up on the porch and steal a bike. You know what I mean? Still packages. It happens in the suburbs just like it happens in the hood. You know what I mean? It's more money. Like, you ever see Paper Soldiers?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they go up in the crib, they rob just like they rob in the regular hood. You know what I'm saying? So it was a white boy.
I just think it like this.
Boy. It was a white boy.
I'll just say it like this. I was in like this. I just think that black criminals who rob black people are suckers.
They are.
I think
how would you know unless you tell them?
I think that right, and that's what we do. That's why we do this work.
They are, but how would they know?
But you know what I mean? I think they just suckers. I think they're lazy criminals. Right. You know what I mean? And I think that they're afraid, that they're scared to death, you know what I'm saying, of going to the suburbs and actually doing it and doing it to people that could actually afford it. Yeah. But if you're going to steal from people that's in the same condition, that live in the same neighborhood that you live in, then you are a sucker, and you just need to get caught and taken off the streets because you have no goddamn honor and you're just a sucker. And when I was out there doing my thing, which was totally wrong what I was doing, whether it was to white people, you know what I mean? I should not have been out there doing it, right? And I'm gonna say that, right? But at the same time, I did have someone. I ain't robbed nobody in the hood. God damn. I go get the. You know what I mean?
Listen, man. Even though I shouldn't have been robbing, but I was robbing the good neighborhoods. You know
right. I wasn't afraid. I'm like, go ahead, get over there, man. Susie Q. You know what I'm saying? And let's get this money. But I didn't rob nobody in the hood, man. And because of that, I would say that's how I got like far, because I I played the game right,
Right.
even though it was wrong.
That's funny as hell.
And I think a lot of people
That's funny
just
as
kind of got away. They don't do that no more.
Mm.
All right, man. Let's get out of here, man. All right, man. What that was wrong?
Yo, he said, y'all not doing it right, man. Go to white neighborhoods.
Yeah.
I feel like the better thing to say is don't rob anybody.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably the better thing to say.
Don't come to my
I
house.
understand what you're saying, though.
I will shoot your ass.
I feel like the better thing to say is don't rob at all.
I will shoot your ass.
I remember I was watching.
My wife will shoot your ass. My son
I
will
was
shoot your
watching.
ass.
What's his name? What's the cat? BMF. The Black Mafia family.
Oh yeah, kind of.
Demetrius, Big Meech.
Yeah,
Big Meech said that he was a drug dealer, but he said I was a drug dealer, but I was a drug dealer with morals. And he said I gave a damn about the fiends. You know what I'm saying? He said I understand that I was a big drug dealer and I was doing things that was, hurting my community. But he said at the same time, in my mind, I felt that I was doing something wrong, but I was playing it, but I was doing it
But he was
right.
getting to the white folks.
And
When are we
because-
gonna know we're doing something wrong and not do it?
Right.
And that's the thing too. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to get
heavy
to.
thought right there.
And right. And like you said, you're right. We shouldn't rob anybody. And that's why I said I took responsibility. Right? Did I take responsibility?
But y'all niggas should go to the suburbs.
I said, right.
You kind of ended it. Like,
But if you're going to do it, go do it in your own community.
Yeah.
They don't do it in their community. What the hell?
No, they do it in their community. They definitely do.
Chinese people come in our neighborhood, they rob us. They don't go to their community and rob them.
No, I'm saying, damn, Chinese people, I haven't seen
It's Chinese still in the suburbs.
I haven't seen too many Chinese people rob.
It is nice.
But the white people, shoot, they'll go in there and tie your daughter to the daggone bedpost and put kerosene out. They do some crazy shit. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But we get ostracized for somebody stealing the package off your steps.
Leave my damn package alone, man. Now I gotta get all my packages sent to my mom's house.
Yeah, because this brother
who
gets
lives
a lot
in the
of
suburbs.
packages. We get a lot of packages, man.
I mean, that's the point. I think the point is that Zion want to tie the niggas to.
Yeah, my mom lives in the
We get a lot of
suburbs.
packages.
All my packages gotta go there.
Yo, send them to my house, man.
My red gotta send her packages to the goddamn to the suburbs.
Right.
To a
that's
sister in the
crazy.
school because we can't have nothing sent to our crib because the people that live around us cannot handle their damn self.
These motherfuckers
To see a damn package on a damn porch
on the stoop.
on the stoop.
Nigga, you cannot wear a size 9.
And that's why
Patrick Ewing.
And that's why I know I'm not getting my fucking cat back because somebody got the cat and they're like,
man.
fuck anybody who lost this
How
cat.
do you know
That
the
We're
cat?
gonna keep
that
it.
cat ran away. He's in the alley right now. Like, wow,
No, the cat is
wow.
How do you know the cat?
because it's clean.
That cat is getting.
But the cat
raped.
could have died. It could have ran over by a car.
That cat is
The
getting.
cat
raped.
could have got anything. Could have happened to the cat.
That
Why
cat-
you assume somebody stole it?
That cat right now. Tom from fucking
Yeah,
Tom and
Sawab.
Jerry.
Thank you, Sawab. Sawab said, yup, they would definitely take it. The water.
Packages, he's over there.
Somebody saw that daggone cat and was like, "Damn, he got a nice freaking necklace."
They pick up the cat like, oh, this cat
Oh, this
clean.
cat, yeah.
I'm
And
taking
the cat was just like, "Hey."
Look, your name is Jasmine now.
Niggas don't even like cats like that.
No, they don't. No,
Niggas
Niggas
say
don't-
cats.
no, but your cat had a necklace.
Yeah.
Your cat had 2 chains.
Yeah, had a necklace. And nobody gave a damn about the fucking
They
necklace.
saw that pink
Niggas don't
necklace
like
with the
cats like
diamonds
that.
on it. They was like, "Oh, this."
You know what
this-
you gotta do? You gotta take
This cat
your
is
cat
kept.
to the Humane Society, whatever they got
Get
down
it
here.
chipped.
Yes, you gotta put a chip on.
Yeah, that is true.
That is the best thing.
Yeah.
Put
The
a chip
water
on.
tooth. You right. You absolutely right about that. I should have did that and got the motherfucking chip. That way they would have found that joint.
Hey, yo,
Where is
you
that?
a cat lover now.
They would have found that joint.
I
Yeah.
think, Captain Zion wanted
because
us a cat
cats
lover
can
now,
be good pets.
Yeah. No, their cat was dope, though. Their cat
Yeah.
was
Cat's a
cool.
good cat.
They can
It
be
was
good.
a
They can be
good-ass
good.
cat.
Good.
I'll just get another cat.
No, because I used to go to the crib. When I used to go to the crib,
You
You
gonna
know-
move for this one forever?
you know, a brother
Get
is
in the
good.
cat.
You know, his brother is good when you go in the cat in a cat owner's house and you don't smell the cat. That's a good brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the cat was pretty dope.
You ain't smell that cat. You go in the cat, the house smells like house. You know what I mean? It ain't smell like cat shit.
Yeah,
You know what I
because
mean?
my Rev did a good job with it.
Yeah,
but at the
very
same
well,
time, you know
very
what I'm
well.
saying? It was just a good cat. And
good-ass
and
cat.
the reason how we met
She ain't
was
jump on my leg and put her claws in me or nothing.
me and Captain Oriya came in, and that's how the cat came
Yeah,
in the
I remember
house.
that. Yeah,
It
the
came in
cat
the house
literally
and
walked in the house.
walked in the house.
Literally
Yeah.
walked in the house.
And
It's like, what y'all niggas doing?
we did the right thing right? Cap, right? We did the right thing. Cap was like, the lady next door said, hey, I think I lost a cat. And we had had an attachment to the cat, but at the same time, we was like, let's do the right thing. We in the hood, right? Let's do the right thing. Let's go over here and let's return this cat.
They got their cat back.
And we returned the cat, and the lady said, y'all can keep it.
Just saying, like 30 minutes later.
I think that's a good thing, and we got to start. If you find something, give it back. Like if you find a phone, like if I find a phone, if I find somebody's wallet that has money in their wallet, I'm going to return their wallet.
You ain't got to worry about that. You ain't got to worry about none of that.
And maybe and like you said, Cap, you know what I mean? Like a lot of our people don't know about that. No. But let's try to start doing that. You know what I mean? Let's try to start being honest, at least being honest with each other.
Right.
So like if you find something that doesn't belong to you, try to help the person get it back that it belongs to.
Right.
Damn, you know what I mean? Is that too much wishful thinking?
Just as much as you love it, they love it.
I know we could do that. God damn. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, man, what you got, Cap? Anything else?
I ain't got much, man. Just don't rob nobody.
Don't rob nobody in the suburbs.
Don't steal no cats.
Don't come to my house.
Don't vote.
That's right. That's right, Melanie Teller. She's just such an honest man. That's right, man.
Damn right,
you gotta be honest, man. Honest Abe.
Damn right, man.
Not Abe, right? Not Abraham Lincoln. But honest, man. You gotta be honest,
Abraham.
man. And the reason that I'm honest is because in this school we are honest people. Like we can have an event with like 300-400 people. If you lose a phone, somebody's going to get on the loudspeaker and say, yo, somebody lost a phone. Somebody lost a kid. Like your kid is walking around here.
Every
you know
year.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So you lost your kid. Yo, your kid's up here at the Lost and Found. Come get your kid.
Come get your kid.
But it's about like having that culture.
It really happened.
But it's facts. It's like having that culture of we got to be honest with each other, man.
I think the problem is in the black community, we don't have a place.
Yeah.
For all these things to be taught, you need a place to teach it. You need like a place that everybody goes to and assimilates, the rules.
Right.
In the black community, we don't have the level of cohesion where we all follow one thing.
Yeah, because
we live in America, we live in a place where everything is accepted. Right. So in order to have cohesion, you got to have a certain level of discipline, and you got to have a real cultural shift. Mm-hmm. And that's why certain groups come from other certain people from other ethnic groups come from other countries and have that level of cohesion because they take whatever they had in that country and they band together here because they all from one place. They all grow with a certain level of morals and they just bring it here. And sometimes those things fade away because they feed into American culture. That's why you got a little Chinese lady that's a porn star because eventually she got weeded out because they forgot. They begin to forget whatever rules or regulations they had in their own country, whatever cultural thing they have in their own country. Right. So in the black community, to fix those type of things, we got to focus on banding together and having a level of cultural cohesion where we all agree on certain things. And you can only have that with a level of organization, a place you can go to actually learn these things, and that's what we do here at Root of Speech and do it in the ISBK.
Damn right.
That's right. All right, man. So yeah, y'all heard it first. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean? Cap want all you goddamn robbers, man, to go to the suburbs. Yeah.
Yeah,
and do your dirty work, you know what I mean?
And go to jail a little quicker.
Yeah. So, and what Kat said was totally right. You know what I mean? I totally agree.
Go to jail tonight.
Go to jail right away.
Isaiah Ward, man, everything good with you, man? You good to go? You got any final remarks? You good?
Nah, no final remarks.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Make sure y'all subscribe to the new channel. You gotta check us out. We got some skits that's coming out. Cap Noriega got a great one. We got another one coming up. Y'all really gonna like this one, man. This one's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? We want y'all to share that joint, like it, subscribe to the new channel.
That's right.
And you know what I mean? Just be a part of the family because we're moving forward. Yeah. We ain't gonna stop, and we're gonna roll this thing into 2023.
Won't stop. Rockefeller,
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. So so shout out to everybody that's in the chats. Kazakawa, Sawap, Shamawan, you know what I'm saying? Melanie. Kenny, Napash, all y'all, man, who's been rocking out with us, man, the whole night. Appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to just end it off like this, man. I'm Tazaya One.
It's Captain Aria.
And, man, we are Rude to Speak. So y'all better get up, man. Get your ass out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Better Rude to Speak shit, man. I don't know. Get the hell out of here, man. We don't need y'all, man.
Rude and Speech.
Yeah, man. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here.
Play the song I sent you, Azawa.
What you sent? You sent
That's on your text messages. I forgot to say that earlier. There's a new song Cameron Cod has put out.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
So we gotta.
Oh, I'm not on the joint. You want a joint?
Let me just
let's take off. I'll hop on. You take off.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how pause.
Songs. Right.
But yeah. Right. We gonna go ahead out to a good, you know what I mean, another good song. We stay bringing out world premieres, you know what I'm saying?
Premiere.
We got all them joints, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
You might want to say anything else.
I want some chicken.
I do want some chicken.
You ain't gonna get it tonight.
Yeah, I think
unless you gonna go to Royal Farms.
It's 11 o'clock.
Wait 2 hours.
Royal Farms sucks.
No, it don't, man. You gotta get it when it's hot.
The problem that one sucks.
That one sucks
because they ain't got no staff.
Yeah, they brand new.
Sucks.
I was ready to fight that night.
Damn, you about to fight over some chicken?
You don't mess with a fat dude chicken. Oh, shit.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, I don't know. Is that the song? You got the song?
I'm trying to get
it's in your text messages.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it logged on. There we go. All right, we on there. All right.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and play this world premiere from Captain Con.
Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Come on, get on his ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that bitch, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, be a whole court. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the fuck. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, told that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a sock, watch the door. Matter of fact, like a door. Any problem, let them go. We gon' snatch they soul like Shane Shaw. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harvey Free. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking notes. Call them up like shut the day. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house show. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I'm making this like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole court. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low on this Lord, told that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our court. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count and with the speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and outdone. You can't do with them steps, them niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they create that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we a whole start. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, force. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, told that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our car. And I just made it call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.